I've been speaking, or they've actually been speaking to us, the Ratepayers Association, although the big one that is represented by Professor Ransom. And some of them say that they are unhappy because they've been given certain assurances about a service charter and details of how long or whatever, the XY factor, remember that you spoke about. And they say they haven't had any feedback, and they're wondering why they haven't had any feedback on the details of the service charter.
Okay. Firstly, let me give a background to this matter. Before I was appointed as municipal manager, ratepayers were saying to us, you must have a service delivery charter. It was one of the outstanding matters. Whenever we met with ratepayers, they were saying, we would want to see service delivery charter. Then when I took over as municipal manager, I made it as one of my deliverables within a period of 100 days in office. I said one of the issues that I would want to achieve is to have a service delivery charter approved by council. Then that deliverable was achieved because service delivery charter was approved by council. Then when we had approved the service delivery charter, then the issue was raised to say the service delivery charter is not detailed enough. Now it was approved. Now the second issue is to say no, it was not detailed enough. Then we had a meeting with the Ratepayers Association. It was held in this council chamber. We then, my opening statement in that meeting was to say, for me, you can have a best written service delivery charter on paper. But if there is no service delivery on the ground, ratepayers will always complain. But in the absence of service delivery charter, but there is delivered on the ground, you will not have complaints. Then I said the root cause for them to raise these issues of details of a service delivery charter is that they are not happy about service delivery on the ground. I then said, we have identified enemies of service delivery. We'll then try to focus on enemies of service delivery. And I said to them, if we conquer those enemies of service delivery, these issues of a service delivery charter, website will disappear if you address the root cause of their problems. And when I spoke of these enemies of service delivery, I said, the one enemy that will not be easy to conquer will be potholes. It will take time for us to conquer that enemy. Then we then agreed in that meeting to say, while we have this service delivery charter which is not giving adequate details, but we do have service delivery and budget implementation plan, SDPIP, which gives details. We then said to them, if you read a service delivery charter, you must read it in conjunction with SDPIP, because SDPIP will give you details to say, with this budget given to us, this is what we are going to do within a period of 12 months. Then it was agreed in a meeting to say, okay, they said to us, no, even your SDPIP is too long, is not user-friendly. Summarize your SDPIP. Then SDPIP was summarized. Then it was given to the leadership of Professor Ransom. We gave them our summarized version of SDPIP. Then he came back and said, still, we are not happy with this summary, because this summary has more pages. It's not a real summary. You still have to take a longer time to read this summary. Then the leadership of the Ratepayers Association came up with X and Y to say, can you give us specifics on these issues? To say how many cuts of batches you will do per month. They gave us a number of issues to say, at least give us specifics on these issues. Then Professor Ransom was engaging with HOD Zulu on the matter. He then said, no, Mr. Mbili, I've decided now to elevate this matter to your office because we are not meeting each other with Mr. Zulu on the matter. I then said to Professor, together with my co-member, we are going to consider their submission and they respond in due course. I must say we have delayed in terms of response. The reason for that delay, I gave Professor Ransom feedback to say, when I got that submission from them, there was an issue on electronic time management consultation and implementation. So most of my time was consumed by issues of electronic time management. You know the story, I don't want to dwell much on it. Then also, when we had concluded on issues of electronic time management, there was an issue of audit process for 2012-2013. I then responded to him to say, I still make commitment to say, we are going to respond to them. But I said, however, this charter or STBIP was as a result of process. It's not easy for me just to sit in an office and say this X is replaced by 2 months or 1 month, because I don't also want to make empty promises. When we respond, we want to respond on things that are feasible, on things that can be done. I want to say, therefore, Johan, we are still committed to respond. We acknowledge that we have taken a long time to respond, but we are saying it will be better for us to respond on things that will be feasible, on things that can be achieved by us. So we are still working on it. Maybe what I'll do before the end of this week, I will be in contact with the chairperson of the Ratepayers Association to give him feedback as to where we are. COPMENCO is considering their submission, just that it has taken a long time. But I must conclude on this matter by saying we appreciate the cooperation that we receive from the Ratepayers Association. Because as COPMENCO, as council, we are committed to public participation, because we understand that public participation is the cornerstone of this democracy. When they raise issues, we always welcome their issues, because they are making this democracy a realization of all of us. So we want to say to everyone, to ratepayers or to all citizens of a Hibiscus municipality, when there are issues to be raised, we will always welcome those issues. We may have maybe shortcomings in terms of responding in time, but when we respond, we want to ensure that we respond on things that we will be in a position to do. Because I don't want to find us in a situation where we say today, we are going to do X and Y tomorrow. Then tomorrow comes, we have not done X and Y. Then the following, the day after tomorrow, we are asked, you said you are going to do 1, 2, 3, what happened? Surely I can assure them that they are going to get a response, and when they get a response, they are going to get an honest response, where we cannot give a number instead of X or Y. We are going to tell them, no, it is not possible to do so. Where it is possible, we are going to do so. Thank you.
Just to end off, I have an idea they understand that. And if I understand them correctly, it's just a question of time is feedback. That's basically what they're worried about.
Oh, okay, but also I must say, beside now on this specific issue on service delivery. Now that we have established our services or customer care center, I must say more than 90% as municipality, we do respond to complaints given to us. We have records, we do respond. Maybe Johan, one point that we need to emphasize. We need to, our repairs or our citizens need to structure our their complaints in a formal manner, because what happens, as a municipality, we are in a position to analyze information that has gone through our customer care center, but you will still find our citizens writing to municipal manager's office when they have a complaint, writing to Madam Mayor, writing to Speaker. Now what happens when they do that, we don't then record their complaints to this customer care center, so that time to time, so that when we assess our achievement in terms of turnaround time for our responses, you will find that there are issues which are not part of the system. So we would want, therefore, to appeal to our citizens or to our ratepayers to use this customer care center to report their issues. If they feel they would want to raise matters with Madam Mayor, it's fine, but let them first raise issues through this channel, because this is a correct channel. What therefore we have decided to do in our compliment committee now, we have said, when I receive a complaint now in my office, I'm going to channel that complaint through this customer care center so that it gets recorded. When I receive a complaint from Madam Mayor's office saying so and so has fault me, saying 1, 2, 3, also we're going to take that issue to customer care. When we get it from Speaker, we're going to do that so that at the end of the day, we're in a position to account for all complaints received by this municipality.